It literally stops us from creating what it is. How alignment can make or break your ability to manifest. There's always something that stops us from growing and going up to that limit. How alignment can make or break your ability to manifest. You know, when I was young, I used to want to race cars. I just love the speed. And a little confession, when I turned 16 years old, I got my driver's license on my 16th birthday because I couldn't wait another day to get that freedom. And to me, having my driver's license meant freedom for myself. And I love speed. I was always in a hurry to get places. Life is too short. And I just love the power and the speed of a car. And I was 16 years old, I got a speeding ticket. Went to traffic school because we have this beautiful thing called traffic school. And literally, and for traffic school, you could go to traffic school, which means it doesn't go on your record. And so you go to traffic school in lieu of having a point on your DMV record. And but that's only good for 18 months. So you can only skip out on a ticket, so to speak, every 18 months. Well, for the next 10 years, I, without fail, every 18 months got another speeding ticket. And then 10 years later, I got pregnant, had a baby, and I thought, you know, I might want to slow down. So I stopped getting speeding tickets. But there's this thing on fast cars called the governor. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of the governor, but you have these incredible powerhouse machines like Ferraris and Lamborghinis and, you know, all these powerful cars that can literally go over 200 miles an hour. But what this governor does is there's a mechanism in the car that stops it from going to the limit, to the possibility, to what is available in the car. And so you may press that gas pedal down to the metal, and it will only go up to a certain point. On some cars, I think it's like 140 or something. And so it's a mechanism that stops the ability to grow or go up to the limit. And what I want to talk about is how we have our own governor set up, meaning we have the ability to dream and to dream big and to create big visions for ourselves. But there's always something that stops us from growing and going up to that limit. So we put our own governor on. You know, you may have experienced it when, you know, driving, you know, and you start pressing the gas, and then your foot's on the brake as well. It's like you want to go, but then you don't want to go. And so you stall out the car, number one, or you never go to the full potential of that vehicle. And so the same thing with ourselves is we never get to that full potential of what we are capable of because we stop ourselves in that process. So this governor is self-imposed. And today specifically, we're going to talk about how when we're not aligned, in essence, it's like we may have our foot on the gas, but we also have our foot on the brake. So we're not getting anywhere. Many people struggle with aligning their actions and their values and their purpose with their desire and their vision, and that leads to a sense of dissatisfaction and lack of fulfillment. It literally stops us from manifesting the success we want. It literally stops us from creating what it is. Misalignment is what most people suffer from. It's that internal and external conflict. So what does that mean? What does misalignment mean? Number one is we want to align our actions with our values and our purpose. What are some ways to fail? Engaging in activities that contradict our values or neglect to identify our core purpose is what stops us from manifesting what we want. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at how to align our actions with our values and purpose so that our efforts become meaningful and fulfilling. And what happens when we do that is when we align our actions with values and purpose, we experience greater satisfaction. We have a deeper sense of fulfillment in our endeavors, and we can literally make things happen in a smoother way. We're not fighting the current or the course. So when we align our actions with our values, we ensure that every decision, every step we take is in harmony with what truly matters to us.